Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal. And I bet Nigel's right in.
He's
The
already
first
here.
one. He's already here. Thank you, Nigel.
Hey, Nigel, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not overtired.
Right, because it's late at night over there where he's at and everything, but we appreciate him tuning in every week here and stuff. So, how are you two doing down there in the great sunshine state of Florida?
Enjoying the sunshine. 85 with 850,000% humidity. Our humidifier is doing triple duty right now.
Yep. Hey, Mom.
So
Hi,
the
Karen.
good news is that means that I have good distilled water for my plants outside.
Good. That always helps the plants, distilled water.
Especially the tomato plants. But I'll find out if I truly like Florida tomatoes here soon. I hope. So far, in the restaurants and stuff, I don't like them. They don't have much flavor. I think it's the sand.
Yeah.
Well, you grow your own and then see from there if it's the sand.
That's what we're doing.
She's growing it in the sand.
And if you don't like it that way, then do it hydroponics next year, and you'll really enjoy it.
Garden.
Yeah, you just have to.
See, he's getting a shed, so there's no reason why I couldn't put the metal containers on each side of the shed.
Yeah,
exactly.
But yeah, I don't want to do wood because it'll just get torn up from the water. Right. But the metal would be great. So
do it in galvanized metal around there, make you a raised bed and stuff.
That's what a lot of people are doing here. You know, they've got potatoes and carrots and all that other stuff, and so far I'm trying. So, I'm talking to our guest.
Oh, that's all right.
That little trouble getting in.
Yeah, we're waiting on the guest to get in and everything, so we can talk about Bigfoot and UFOs and paranormal.
Yep. And if all else fails, I leave the room and I call them and I tell them what to do.
That's right.
That's right. This is not normal, but it happens. So
it happens. It happens a lot more than people realize on a lot of podcasts.
Which is why we tell people, come in at, a little bit before so we can, do all the troubleshooting in advance. But it doesn't always happen that way.
No,
they don't usually realize there's a problem until it's 2 minutes before.
Right. And one of these days we'll have to get Nigel to come on the show for a little bit and stuff and see what kind of paranormal things he's seen over there in the UK.
Yeah. Has he seen fairies?
I don't know.
Has he seen any of those little things that we just don't see here?
It's hard to tell. It's different in different places all over the world. What people see.
Is it more what you believe or really what's there? I question that a lot because, I think there's times that we see stuff that somebody will say, I see this, and you look and you go, I'm not seeing it. Is it just something that shows up for that person and we just don't see it and that's why we don't believe? Or is it because we don't believe so we don't see?
Right.
I don't know.
That's just like one thing I want to do is start talking to a lot of the veterans that were in the war over there, right? In Afghanistan and places like that. Because in the towns where all the fighting and where they were at fighting and everything, the soldiers come back. I've already talked to two. And that one that we did an investigation at the apartment that had his flag and his medals in it, I caught that picture, zoomed in on it and showed it to him. And he goes, I saw that over there. So they're seeing a lot of evil over in those areas of things that we don't see around here. So she's taken off to get him lined up on our show.
Yeah.
That's great. But
looks like.
it's different everywhere, you know. But yeah, these a lot of things. Well, you look at down there in the Carolinas and up in the Brown Mountains there, we've heard it from several different people about seeing the little fairies, the little people.
Hmm.
But they're up in that area. You know, they're not on our hillsides here in Missouri,
Right.
but they're in those mountains. So, it's this whole paranormal stuff is, if people would just look at it as an interesting thing and try to figure out why this does this and why that does that,
Yeah.
why certain things show up there and certain things show up here, there wouldn't be so much drama going back and forth in this whole community.
Well, there's even investigations. You'll see, some people will see, something, and other people won't, or they'll hear something, and other people won't.
Right.
Or
Well, that's
not
just
everybody
like,
sees and hears the same thing.
right. We know Denise hears them and sees them, right?
Right.
Okay. You and me got all that conversations going on the echo box up there,
Yeah.
right? If they're talking through that, why weren't they talking to her?
I don't know.
It's things like that. Are they going to
They
talk
probably
to
are.
certain- She just didn't tell us. But
Well,
no,
I mean, even on a lot of the shows, I always thought these mediums that are on these, a lot of the shows, they're on there. Sometimes they'll walk right in. They're like, oh yeah, they're over here in the corner. This is what they look like. They're just, I mean, like dead on.
mm-hmm.
And then other times, then the investigators, they'll whip out their equipment. Hey, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
They'll start whipping out their equipment, and all of a sudden they don't have a clue what's going. The mediums don't know what's going on. And they're picking up stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, did you hear that? I'm like, why didn't you hear it? In the first place? So I don't know. Oh, there's Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie. Just
Haven't seen her in a
diagnosed
while.
with Parkinson's and Graves' disease. So prayers are with you, Stephanie. But yeah, I know we've had that. Well, you look at how much we did at the Sally House in that year I helped you guys up there.
Yeah.
Right? The things we got coming through, like I did in that basement with that whole group of people and everything, having the echo box say their name.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Without them saying it. But when it said that gentleman that came in with that girl and he was from Africa and it said his whole name, both parts, I was like, oh my Lord, how many times you never hear any other people talk about when they're doing that at investigations with groups of people,
Right.
This makes proof of the echo box because there's no way Danny Roberge could put that in there. Right. Didn't have the microphone on. No name was ever said until the echo box said it.
Yeah.
And there's no internet in that basement. So nothing. Yeah, Gary, that's hard to figure out. I got to get down there.
Noise.
As soon as I get the car running, we'll get together.
Where was that at?
Down cemetery.
Oh, graveyard. Wow.
Yeah. Down cemetery.
Could have been thunder.
No, it wasn't thunder.
No. What kind of noise did he say? Or
no, he just said a loud noise.
Huh.
Just like he had that light right above him out there one night with no noise. And it wasn't an airplane. And stuff. So I've got to get down, like I said, as soon as I get the engine rebuilt in this car and get around and get down there, then we're going to have to go out all night at the cemetery and see. I'll bring down this new deal I got for the cell phone to hold it to record because I can stand in front of it and move to different directions and the camera will follow me.
Yeah.
So that's going to be one nice, neat thing to use. But yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of people getting out there doing investigations and stuff. Like I said, we're all getting together in, what is it, October
Yeah.
in Ashmore?
Oh, we got stuff before that.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said,
But
we're supposed to
that's
hit that fort next week. Not this weekend, but the following weekend.
right.
Hey,
But
Tom.
that'll be the first time in a couple of years that we've all got together again.
Yep.
So that'll be real interesting. Hi, Tom. So Denise must be having a hard time getting him to
Yeah, I think so.
get
I can hear him.
StreamYard and stuff. So, but that's all right. Me and Ron don't get to talk together each much on the shows like we are now.
No.
So, but it could be not normal on here now.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, we had some interesting things there at the old Sally house that one year.
we
Well,
did
every year. The
quite.
year you
Yeah,
guys came out.
yeah, we had quite a bit and everything. And the people I seen come in, you know, people don't realize exactly what we did in a tour at the Sally house for 4 hours. 4 hours. 300 people through the house in 4 hours. That was, I mean, that's hard to fathom in your mind, because it's not that big a house.
No. Now, a lot of times we were there, doing something before, and then the 4 hours, and then something after.
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of
Walking
times we
tour.
stayed afterward and everything. We even had investigations up there, but we even stayed after we had certain groups coming in.
Yeah, we
like
had Katrina
Night
and Rhodey
Nigel.
came up.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a crazy night.
Yes, it was. That was a very crazy, crazy. I had words come out of the echo box that night that I have never, ever had come out of the echo box ever again
Yep.
and stuff. And then up there in the baby's room, I got attacked and stuff. So it was quite an interesting evening.
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of success with the Echo Box because we've gotten a lot of things that that were confirmed on it. But then I think somebody asked Danny, what it's supposed to speak or the languages. I think he said English, Spanish. I don't know what the other one was, but we've heard it speak French, German, Japanese, English.
Yeah.
You name
I look
it.
at it this way. They're going to speak whatever they're going to come through in whatever language.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. We were doing the with the Chamber of Commerce up in Atchison. We're doing the bus tour, and the Schisler house was one of the ones we went in. And this thing, we're asking questions, not really getting anything, and all of a sudden it starts speaking. And I said, wow, that sounds like it's German. And the girl next to me goes, it is. I said, how do you know? She goes, I speak German. So she started asking questions in German. It was answering her. And then she would tell us. I'm like, wow. Well, it was a German family that originally built the house.
Right. And it was just like we were down at the old jail at Kingston in there where we did investigations at. And we always asked the deputies and the sheriff across the street, if they ever wanted to come over and see what we were doing, they were more than welcome.
Yep.
And we had DVR cameras up. We had everything up, right? Mm-hmm. So we're in the main jail cell at the tables there, sitting with the echo box. And here come 4 deputies walking in to see exactly what we were doing. First two just kind of went, yeah, right, and they left. One was watching the DVR cameras and stuff. The other one was sitting in there with us, right, while we're asking questions and it's
Mm-hmm.
talking and stuff. And the one watching the DVR, this is when we caught the white orb going from the bottom of the floor, going all the way up, stopping, and up to the top cell.
Yep.
And this deputy saw it on the DVR camera. He goes, I'm out of here. Right? Okay. And I'm sitting there looking. This other deputy's in there. The echo box we started talking to it. And it started talking in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're saying. This deputy was in there, speaks Spanish. He goes, that's Spanish. I said, we'll talk to it. And he got the conversation going back and forth with it.
Yep.
Oh, probably 3, 4, 5 minutes. Or quite a long time. He finally goes, what the hell am I doing? I'm out of here. And
Yep.
out he walked. I never did find out what it said in there. But it was so hilarious to watch it and watch him be talking to the echo box on a phone like he's talking to a person right in front of him.
Yeah. And then he realized, who am I talking to?
Right. We was just sitting there being quiet, recording it and everything. And he goes, I'm out of here and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's experiences like that and different things like that that other people get to experience. One of them got to see an orb go up and stop. And I mean, dead stop.
Yeah.
And then on up the stairs and stop and then went in. A bug doesn't stop
Right.
like that, just dead like that. And he sat there and watched it and went, okay, I've had enough.
Tom asked where Denise is. That she's been abducted. She didn't believe in aliens or UFOs. Now she does, but it's a little late. She's gone.
Yeah.
No, she's trying to get the guest on her, I guess.
Yeah.
Not computer savvy.
Yeah. Tom, she's in there talking to him, trying to get him set up. Must be having a real hard time because she's been gone for several minutes now.
Yeah, I don't think he knows too much about computers or anything.
He may not, but it'll be an interesting guest if we can get him on here to talk about Bigfoot, UFOs, and the paranormal and stuff. So
yeah, we're at the Pythian Castle, and I believe Dara and Lisa and them and Caitlin, I believe they were down there with us when we went in the Japanese cell where they held prisoners, and they had a mural that they let one of the prisoners paint in there. It was obvious it was Japanese, you could tell,
right?
And because it had like the mountain and the sun and all that. It was pretty cool painting, but it started speaking Japanese, and we all looked at each other and went, "What the heck?" Because we were asking questions, and it started speaking in Japanese, and like, that sounds like Japanese. And somebody goes, "Yeah, it is." I said, "Do you understand it?" And they said, "Nope." And it just kept going. I mean, we ended up, we were there quite a while, and we ended up leaving, and it was still talking.
Oh yeah,
I didn't expect that. I said I didn't know it would do that.
Yeah, we've been to a lot of places and together, and then you guys been to a lot more other places. We've been to places you haven't been, and it's amazing what we can get and stuff in the paranormal field out here with some of the devices we got. It's not scientific and everything, because you get into the scientific part, you got to spend a lot of money to get into it.
But I'm either going to get the body cam or like a camera, like a headlight.
Yeah.
Like you have for a flashlight, just have a camera like a body cam.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on.
Right.
I do like
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah. If we talked to those guests the other night and they was talking about they always
Yeah.
wear body cams.
Yep.
So I'm going to look into getting a couple of them and everything to see, because I think they'll perfect because you won't have to carry a camera, a recording
Right.
device around.
Yeah,
with you.
that's why I want to do it. Because the other hand, I might
Right.
want to get a FLIR.
Yeah. FLIR would be
But
nice.
I think. Well, I'm hoping when we go next, the weekend after, when we go out to the fort, I'm hoping, somebody has a FLIR. I kind of want to see how theirs works and see which one they got. I mean, there's hundreds to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been to FLIR's website.
No.
Yeah.
Denise keeps looking in the door.
There are lots and lots to pick from, and you could pay about any price you want for one.
Right.
I do have the ones that you can plug in your phone. I think they're like 170, but I don't know how well those work.
Right.
And,
Well, I was looking
the
at.
phone is not real big.
Right. Everybody's got the SLS cameras, stick figures now,
Yeah.
and everything. Now they have an XLS camera out, which is an SLS with a FLIR built into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we had guests on the show. I think Denise had them on. That we're supposed to get together with them and stuff and make a commercial here
Yep.
for it.
I wish.
And stuff.
And he's probably never gotten back to you, or he's been busy.
Nope, he's been busy and everything. I want to see how that giveaway went on and everything, because I know Gary entered it and stuff. So I don't know, but yeah.
Hey, Tom, I'm here. I'm trying to get Robert on.
We're supposed to come back. I told him you were abducted.
Hey.
You didn't believe in UFOs or
There you
aliens or nothing.
Our guest is here. Our guest tonight is
Yay.
Robert Hanna. He is a frequent listener of the Paranormal Pride. And so we're going to get started with this stuff. So welcome, Robert.
Hello, Robert.
Nope, can't hear us.
He
Can you
can't
hear
hear
us?
us. Can you hear us?
You might have to settings on his on his end.
Thank you.
Oh,
There you go.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah,
So you
can
can
you
hear
hear
us?
us, Robert?
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay.
All right, good.
Good deal.
Perfect.
I can hear you. Yeah.
So,
Good deal.
so this is Carl. He's the producer of the shows, and this is his show tonight.
He's
And
the one that writes the checks.
yeah,
Yeah, them blank
his
checks that
hand's
go
so
out.
tired.
Barely. It's staticky.
Oh, I don't know why. It must be your headset.
It's
So,
Probably.
Hi, Carl.
Hi, Robert.
and this is Ron. I know you've seen him before. How did you get involved in Bigfoot hunting?
Bad signal.
It's so
Does
fun.
he have good
Isn't
internet?
it though? Especially on a paranormal show. On my other shows, this don't usually happen. It's
I was
hilarious.
gonna say I'd ask how his internet was.
He may be getting the storms up there too.
That could
But
be.
he's in Wisconsin. So
Yeah.
Well, that
they're
whole
all
big
warm.
storm
Big,
up
they
there
said.
across was going up into
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Iowa,
I'm gonna.
north of Creston.
Yeah, we saw the storms, and Greenfield had a tornado, and they had a bunch of debris. They said there was like a 2 to 3 mile debris field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they had two
that's-
tornadoes down in Johnson County last night.
You know what's funny is on Sunday we saw somebody with Johnson County plates.
Oh, really? They
Well,
were
it's
on
vacation
vacation.
time. So let's try this again.
Okay.
Is he on his phone or computer?
Yeah, he's on his phone.
Oh.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay, can you? But you
You
can
guys
hear
hear
us
me?
just fine.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yep.
We can hear you.
So, how did you get
Yep.
involved with hunting Bigfoot?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Mhm.
Yep.
Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
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 I don't think you can hear us.
He
Had
said
a
he could.
big delay there, I guess.
Yeah, we're having a really big delay between you and us.
Yeah, now I can.
Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't tell if you guys are, I couldn't tell if you guys are frozen or not.
No, we're not froze.
What's that?
We can wiggle a lot.
You're cutting out a little bit.
So, how did you get involved with hunting Bigfoot?
Yeah, you guys are cutting out a little bit.
You know what? I think we probably should reschedule
Yeah.
because there's
We're gonna have to get
something's not right.
something. Yeah, his
Maybe
internet
it's-
isn't doing very good at all.
So I
Yeah,
started
the
this.
internet is.
Let's reschedule. I was really looking forward to talking to him because you know he's been listening for 10 years
Right.
to my
Tom
shows.
said he'd drive up there and help him.
I bet he would. He just got back from Ohio. You don't have time. Don't you have to
Right.
work, Tom?
Not
Right.
as much.
Yeah, this time we'll reschedule and make
Where'd you
sure
go to
his
Mansfield?
internet.
Or Ohio State.
His cell phone service wasn't very good.
Well, I get Tom on here so he can tell us what they got.
Oh, it was just an event.
Oh, an event.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
it was Parapsychon. I think is
Well,
what it
Oh, they
was.
he
didn't
can
do
come
an
on here and tell us
investigation
how
or
the Paracon went.
Hey, do an investigation.
Hey, Tom, you want to come on the show tonight and tell us about how the Paracon went that you just went to? Tom
Yeah,
don't work
Tom.
nights anymore.
Oh, good.
Good deal.
No. He just has. I think he's just working one job now.
Here, let me see if I can send Tom.
Working two sucks.
It does.
Let me get dressed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
let him get dressed. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Please.
this is a kind of a family show.
Yeah, I mean, cussing's one thing, but nudity is a whole other problem.
That's a whole other ballgame.
At least put on a shirt and make sure that your computer's up high enough to where we can't see below. So,
Yeah.
but
Or you'll
I
be
sent
like
you a link,
that.
Tom.
You'll be like that newscaster during the COVID. Was on his meeting and everything. He got up. All he had on was a dress shirt, a suit jacket, and that was it. And he was live on television. It was hilarious. I mean, I died laughing on that when I was like, boy, he didn't think ahead, did he?
Well, apparently his head wasn't thinking for him.
No.
That's
He was like,
that's
oh,
what
I'll
I
just
do.
sit down. I'm at home drinking my coffee. Well, I got to go to the bathroom. So he
Yeah,
stands
that's what
up
I
and
mean.
turns around. So you know what you get to see? And they're all going, and then the newscasters leave the video up. I'm like, oh, God, that producer need to be shot.
Well,
That's what I was thinking about with the body cam, Carl. I gotta
Yeah.
go take a piss.
and forget that you
Yeah.
got
Forget I had
Always
it on.
remember, either take it off or shut it off. That would be the first thing.
I thought I hit the button, but I
You
guess
know,
I didn't.
There's a lot of times on these shows where they've got the person all mic'd up and all of a sudden they go into the bathroom and they forget that they're mic'd up. And it happens a lot on these shows. And they end up saying something bad about about somebody else and everybody hears it,
Yeah.
and they don't know that, oh my God, they're mic'd up.
Right.
But-
They're mic'd up there in the bathroom going, God, I really don't want to do this show, man. That so-and-so made me mad and everything. Then they go back out and they're all smiles and everything. And everybody's out there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You find out who the asshole is when they're mic'd up.
Yes, you do.
Pastors forgot to shut their mics off.
Boy, I wish that guy would go to hell.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, brother?
We're having a not so normal night.
Yeah, we are. We've had one of our guests had technical issues more than once. So, but yeah, everything's been
Yeah.
going in. How's everything down in Oklahoma, Mike? 'Cause I know
Finally
they've been
stopped
getting
having
some
bad
of the
weather.
storms coming up through there too.
Yeah, they get it all.
Yeah. This
Mhm.
morning I had a call. You know, I have an 8 o'clock call on Tuesday mornings. And basically I get up from bed and I come to my office, you know, the whole 5 feet. And I'm sitting here in my nightgown and, you know, I'm not doing video. I don't do video for work unless they require it. If they
Right.
start saying, "Hey, Denise, you need to get on your video," that's a whole different ball game.
Mhm.
But so far, they don't ever do that. But I have found that if I'm not dressed in actual clothes, you know, like what I'm supposed to wear, I don't act the same. And I don't know if it's because I'm just used to, you know, not working in my nightgown, you know.
Hi, Barb.
Hey, Barb.
Hope you're
Hopefully,
doing good, Barb.
Tom, it shouldn't take you that long to get dressed.
No, we shouldn't. But Mike, you're right. A lot of places here in Missouri are having the worst storms. We had little bitty showers. We got a wind out here blowing, maybe 20, 25 mile an hour at the most right now and stuff. But it's clear skies and what is the temperature out here? It was 86 earlier and stuff. It
Yeah, that's
shows
what we
us,
were.
yeah, we dropped down to 73 and it says light rain and thunder. Okay, right.
There we
Hey,
go. There's Tom.
there's
Tom.
So,
Hey,
surprise
Tom.
guest tonight.
Yeah.
I can barely hear you guys because I'm on my cell phone. I didn't have time to hook anything else up.
Okay.
So,
I could
te-
let me see if it gives me feedback. All right, let me know if you get feedback in the background.
okay.
No,
Sounds good.
none here.
So Tom, how was the event that you went to this past weekend?
All right, I got it on my TV. I got the sound on.
Okay.
So, how was the event that you went to this past weekend?
Oh, yeah, the event was good. Nick and I drove up there, and we got up there about 7 o'clock at night. And literally, Mansfield is like a desert town when you get up there in the middle of the night. So we just went to the hotel, got something to eat, and crashed and got up in the morning and hit the Paracon on Saturday.
So, who all was there?
As far as celebrities,
Yeah.
I
Anybody.
mean, to me, everybody's a celebrity. They're all, you know, I know everybody, so it all works out.
yeah, Mike Ricksecker was there. Brian Crano, I think how you pronounce his name. The Tennessee Ray Chasers were there. Chris Smith and Mike.
Yep.
John Zappas was there. And then Amy from Paranormal Lockdown was there. And Satori and Cody from the Conjuring house. You probably might have saw the videos. They were up there.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime, we just jumped around a lot and had a good time. Got to catch the lectures for John Zappas and talking about the Haunted Collector and stuff. It was good. We caught Mike's show, Mike Ricksecker, and he put on a pretty good presentation. You know, talking about time travel and all his stuff from his book.
And let's see, did you see Chris and Kelly?
Chris and who?
Kelly?
Oh yeah, they were up there. I'm sorry I missed them, didn't I? Missing the friends, talking about the celebrities, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say they came to your event. You should remember
Right.
them.
Oh yeah, no, you know, there was so many people that we knew. It outrun all the people that were attending. Actually,
Was it you know, Frank Bennett asked if there was a lot of attendees.
oh, it was packed. Yes, definitely packed. Yeah. I think he posted something on one of the posts that we posted saying that why are we advertising it on a Sunday? I said I just connected to saying that we were attending, You know, it had nothing to do with posting or advertising or anything. So
Yeah, he asked why you guys were advertising for the event. Do they not have enough people coming?
you know when you check in, it asks you for the location, and so when you put the location in, it automatically just connects to the Paracon. So that's what it was. Nothing
Did
big.
you? Yeah, did you guys get to do any investigation while you were there?
Um, I investigated the front parking lot. I investigated the front of the hotel, and there's some really creepy spirit-like creatures walking around there at night. I'm telling you.
Is it a bad part of town?
I wouldn't say it's a bad part of town. There was homeless people walking around and asking for money. Then some lady came down and sat next to me, and I think she was trying to find something else for me to spend money on. So,
She was wanting a date.
Where,
here,
where
let
have
me
you
look.
been all my life?
There we go. That's a little better. And
Here for the Paracon.
no,
Glad to see you.
you know, you got to come up there to really understand, you know, everything about the jail. You had full access. I mean, total full access anywhere in the jail. They had a couple areas that were closed off for the ghost hunts and stuff. But I mean, literally, you could walk in the jail, you can walk in the offices, you could see the sets from Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, you start on the 5th tier of the jail cells and you walk around. I mean, if you have a fear of heights, believe me, everybody doesn't stay up there very long.
Isn't it a freestanding cell block?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Isn't that a freestanding cell block? Like it's in the middle of everything, and really there's not anything attached to it. It's just right there in the middle.
Well, actually, there's it's 5-tier high, so it's like 5 stories high, and basically they have a left and a west, or east and a west cell block, and they're both up 5 stories high. And some of them have been closed off to the public because of the fact that it's dangerous, because some of the bars on the cells, you know, on the pathway anyway, they can come loose and fall and
Yeah.
crash down for 5 floors. I mean, I don't think anybody would want to be in
No.
there at that time.
No, they, you know, what they should
When did
say
they-
is, we have enough ghosts in here. We don't need any more.
When did that jail close down?
I'm sorry, Ron.
What year was the jail closed down?
I think it closed down in the 1980s. It was a freestanding and active prison up until the 1980s. I believe it might be 86. You know me, Nick Boulay is more of my Rolodex
Yeah.
and my answer band.
Right.
Yeah,
He
I was thinking the 80s or 90s, somewhere in there.
Well, the
Yeah,
movie
I
came
mean,
out in
when I lived
1994.
there in Ohio, the prison was there and active. I mean, it was a full prison at that time.
Yeah.
When they filmed Shawshank Redemption, it was just closed. And so then after they filmed the movie, they dismantled the back part of the prison, which still leaves a mega structure there intact. I mean, for a Paracon and a free reign of the entire jail, self-guided tour actually, it was $25 for adults.
That's not bad.
I think that.
No, I mean,
I paid a lot more for a lot less.
oh yeah, I mean, right now I heard a lot of people talking that this is even getting bigger than the Michigan Paracon up in Sault Ste. Marie. I think a
Okay.
lot of people like this because they don't have to travel so far north. And I heard a lot of people comparing it to the two, and they like the prison a lot better.
So it closed in 1990.
1990, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
I moved
and-
back from Ohio in 1987, and it was still open when I was there. Then they filmed The Shawshank Redemption, and I believe, wasn't that right in the early 90s when they filmed that
yeah,
movie?
they
Yeah.
filmed it in 93 and was released in 94.
Right. So, yeah. So then the prison became just a landmark status at that point. Then they had a whole back part of the prison that was dismantled to make way for a new prison, which is actually adjacent to Mansfield Reformatory. So, I mean, when you're in Mansfield, you're in upper tiers, you can look out the window and actually look into the other minimum security prison. It's not a maximum security prison, it's a minimal. And they don't allow any photographs through the windows anywhere on that side of the building. So they see you, they will confiscate your camera.
Oh wow.
But you can take pictures inward, right?
Oh, you
As
can
long as
take
you're not-
pictures all over the prison. It's just the windows that overlook the new prison.
Okay.
They will
That
not
makes
allow.
sense.
Yeah, well,
That makes
obviously
sense.
reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then so Nick and I, we spent the opening hours going around and saying hello to everybody. We said hello to all our celebrity friends, and then we talked to John Zappas and Brian, Mike, Kelly, and Chris, the Ray Chasers, Chris and Mike. We talked to
They're very
everybody the
friendly.
first day.
Yeah.
Because we knew it was going to get busy, and it did. It got very busy. Then we walked around, and it took us probably most of the day just to greet everybody that we knew,
Right.
go through the whole entire prison, because a couple of my friends from where I lived in Ohio, they came over for the first time, and they actually went through the prison for the first time, and they took their time, and I don't blame them. You know, they want to see everything.
Right.
Which part of the prison do you feel is the most haunted?
I would say the maximum security ward, the security area in the basement is probably the most haunted, from what I was getting and feeling. I mean, we weren't walking around with any kind of equipment on us. I had it in my pocket, of course, and I lit it up a couple times, but I didn't do any of the echo box or any of that stuff, because you don't want to interrupt anybody else. And I think actually they kind of frown upon people walking around and doing like investigations during the free roaming time. There are some people that rent headsets and take a tour, and each section has a audio presentation of what they're looking at. And I think they didn't want to get people stuck, because people were trying to sit in a room and try to conjure spirits.
Seen that before.
Yep. Seen a lot of that.
So, how many years have you been going to this event?
Oh my goodness. I think I've been there 5 times, and I think for the last 3 or 4 years, it's like a ritual between Nick and I to go down there. It's sort of like when we were coming on a seasonal basis for the Mineral Springs and Alton and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
only actually had 2 years of that, so
I know. We went.
I know.
We
Well,
had
of
a
course.
good time.
Of
It
course, we
was-
met up and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was fun. And then, of course, we have to go visit Sharon.
Oh,
And you know, the one time we partaked in the camp out, but we didn't camp out. But I mean, it was still a camp out to us.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, we
I
had.
don't think you knew it. I don't think you knew there was a camp out at that time.
No, I told him.
No, I mean
Yeah.
before.
But yeah, we met at one of these Paracons, and we've been friends ever since.
Well, of course. You said it like last night on the radio. I mean, or on your broadcast last night, that you go to these things just to meet people and talk to people and make new friends.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same thing
told-
we do. We spend
Yeah,
most
I
of our
don't go for
time
any
meeting
other
new
reason
people.
than to see the people that. If I couldn't meet people, if it was just to go and walk around and just look at their wares,
Oh, you go nuts.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've met like at the Paracon here in Pensacola that Erica put on. It was really nice. You know, here's the Wraith Chasers, and you know, you can see how much they charge for pictures
Yeah.
when their handlers around.
They didn't charge anything for their
No,
their
they never
picture.
do.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, excuse me. I stand corrected. It was $10 for a print with their signatures on it. So
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you what I'll show
Okay.
you what I got. Hold on.
Okay.
Now, which prison? Where is this located in Ohio? Which prison
The
is it?
Mansfield Reformatory.
Mansfield. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
That's a big
right
one.
in the middle of Ohio. The company that I work for actually put some money into that to get it.
Let me get this.
Oh.
Set.
Looks good.
Yeah. That's a standard thing, and it was actually advertised in the Sycon, so it was kind of prepaid. And then when I looked at the event page, it shows that they were actually the host, one of the hosts of the Paracon,
Well,
the
that's
Ray
good.
Chasers.
They
You must do that about every weekend.
they
They're at an
do.
event.
When I was talking to Mike, that's all he goes,
That's
this is
insane.
all we do. You know, they said
Every
they'd be on
weekend.
my show, and it's like I feel so bad to ask them to be on the show when they're so busy with all these shows.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh
know?
yeah, well, Mike and Chris are touring the United States right now, and I think their next stop is in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they're going to the Bell Mansion where we visited a few times. And actually, they kept repeating to us every time we walked by, "Are you guys gonna come? Are you guys gonna come?" And of course, Nick can't get the time off of work, and I don't have a lot of cash because I spend a lot over the weekend. So
Well, you got to pick and choose
Yeah.
these events.
that's
you
true.
know? And so when we went to the one in Pensacola, Chris and Mike went and took, allowed Lindsay to take pictures with them, with her
Yeah.
daughter,
Yeah.
and didn't charge a thing. Even
Oh
though
no,
there
they
was a
don't charge
sign up.
for pictures.
Oh,
If
I
you
know.
take a picture of them, they don't charge you. An autograph, it's $10 they charge.
Yeah, it was their handler that wanted the money.
Yeah,
Just saying, they didn't care. Was Chris shy while he was there?
just the opposite. He's a hoot.
Because I know that Mike is way out there. He's
Mike
bouncing off the
and
wall.
Chris are the funniest guys in person to stand around and talk to, and they remember you because I met Mike before here outside not too far from where I live. But Chris, that was the first time I met him, and it was like I've known him for 10 years. The way he kept talking to us.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was sitting next to Kat's table
Yeah,
down here, and so we had a lot of time talking to him, and we ended up sitting at Kat's table
yeah,
most of the time. But we met random people at that event that we're friends with now, like people that are they're life coaches, but they're into hypnosis.
right.
And I had them on the show, and boy, that was a good show. We
Yeah.
had a fun time
Yeah.
talking to them and learning about how they use hypnosis to help people heal and or to deal with their addictions or whatever it is that they need. And I was like, you would not have thought that that's that you would meet these people. I mean, we also met a gutter guy, a guy who does gutters.
Oh, yeah, the
Leaf
plumbers,
filter guy.
the plumbers.
Yeah, there was all these random people there, not just paranormal.
Yeah,
and I think that's great.
did he talk to you guys, or was he kind of just stay at
We
his
needed
table?
gutters.
Huh?
No, we needed gutters, so we talked to him, and then he came around and visited at Kat's table and everything. So, like I said, we met all kinds of people at that event. That
The
not
guy from
necessarily paranormal.
he was on Ghost Hunters.
No.
Oh,
gutter,
okay.
No.
I'm getting.
gutters.
I'm thinking of Jason. How do you say his last name?
Pause.
Hawes.
Pause.
Yeah. He was. He just stayed at his table with the event that I went to, and he was there. His daughter, Satori, she was at the Paracon over the weekend, and of course, I don't bring up, the scandals and all that other stuff that are going on with them. I just talk to them just like normal people, and then every time they walk by us, Cody would tap me on the shoulder. How's it going?
Well,
And
yeah, they
they're
seem like very nice people.
They are very nice people. I mean, they got that whatever their talents are. That's for them to know the truth. And I guess, you either believe them or you don't believe them. I mean, what can you say? I'm not going to
That's right.
confront them about it.
Yeah,
I would never do
we
that.
weren't there.
It's like me saying, well, I don't really think Denise could see spirits. I would never say that to anybody.
Well, and even if you did, I wouldn't care because I don't know why I see them. I don't get it. I don't get why he can't see them. But it is what it is.
Well,
when
like
it comes to their videos.
Oh, sorry. I said Ryan could even vouch for it. The longer you're in the paranormal field, the more open you are for things, and you start to see more than you ever did in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Say, like me, I found out some stuff about myself, and one involved ear ringing, where your ears would start to ring during an investigation. And I think I even talked to one of your guests about that.
Yeah, you did.
And that's got to be true, because when I'm in a situation, all of a sudden my ears in one ear rings, and then the other one will start ringing. So I thought that was
had that
cool.
happen. I've had that happen too, and I never even associated it with that.
I know.
Well, you
Tell
look
me.
at how many times
Yeah.
Gary's hearing aids
Never.
went crazy
Yeah,
Mhm.
never
and
even
stuff.
never even
Yeah.
thought it had anything to do with it.
Yeah. I sometimes hear this high-pitched sound that I can't explain. It's not ringing, but it's a really high-pitched electronic sound that he
Mhm.
can't hear. But all of us, I mean, it'll drive me crazy. I will sit there and,
I know. And then
Go like
if
this.
you ever
and
if you ever see me in person and I'm going like this, that means I'm getting like a ringing in my ears.
And the thing is you don't even think about it while it's happening. You're just going, this is annoying. Can this
No, I
stop?
think about it. I
Yeah.
just don't make noise about it. I don't tell anybody.
Well,
Yeah.
if we're around, you need to tell us so that we
Oh,
can
yeah.
hear. See if
Oh,
it
yeah.
happens to us. And I think that's part of the paranormal stuff is if you're hearing this sound in this spot, if somebody else walks into that spot, are they going to feel and hear the same thing? Do we even know?
I see your logic there. Yes, definitely.
See, I have logic. Who'd have thought?
Well, I do have to make a shout out for Robert. I mean, I tuned in just to hear him. We're kind of like border neighbors. He lives on the Wisconsin side. I live on the Illinois side. He's about the same distance I am for Wisconsin. I'm to Wisconsin, him to Illinois. So
that's funny.
we can meet in the middle somewhere and probably do things. I'm hoping someday we'll be able.
I guarantee I know
Do
he
you know
loves
each
to
other?
do that stuff.
He's what?
Do you know Robert?
I do know Robert. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, personally, I've never met Robert, but
Right.
I've talked to him through chat,
Yeah, you're not
Facebook.
too far apart.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ever come to the events down in Alton. I don't know. And we could have probably.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So
I think he would have hunted me down. Since, like I said, I've known him for over 10 years. And
yeah, because Nick and I took a drive up to find what's it called? The road, Cuba Road, not Cuba Road.
The Beast of Bray Road.
The Beast of Bray Road. Nick and I took a drive up there, and Robert got wind of us coming up there, and he wanted to know why we didn't contact him that we were coming up there. We really did not know. Yeah. We just got on the car and decided to take a drive one day because it was a nice day. And Nick gets impressed about everything you do.
So yeah.
Nick is one of the most interesting people that we know. Yeah. He has got what do I want to say? Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, that's what I noticed about.
He's very enthusiastic too, and he's very concerning too. I mean, if anybody says anything bad about him or other people, he gets very emotionally involved. And I said,
don't know why anybody would ever say anything bad about him.
Oh, there has been. Yeah,
really?
it comes with the territory of working on a network and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it does.
He's a good guy and
been doing more shows and that and radio shows.
Nick's been on shows in the UK. He's been on shows in Scotland. He's been shows in I think South Africa now.
Yeah.
His face is all over the place. And what kills me, we were kind of walking around and we were stopping to eat, and then someone recognized me. And I go, who? What? I said, I'm not the guy that's usually in front of the camera. I said, I'm the guy behind the camera. And
Well,
literally,
you're recognizable.
Does
You
Nick
know.
Nick still wear his jacket everywhere?
he does. His vest, you mean? Yeah. He still
Yeah.
wears his vest.
Or
He's-
his best?
The
He's
pictures
probably
that-
going to have to kind of create a new one. I think he's been wearing that so much. I think it's going
I
to start
know.
wearing out.
I know.
Well, we know people who never ever washed the clothes that they were wearing, and you could smell it
Yeah.
from event to event. So
But of course,
It's not Nick. It was
yeah, it was somebody else. It was not
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
because Nick, there were people that were texting him while we were walking around just to see if he was there and wanted to meet him when he was there. That's
Mhm.
how popular Nick has become.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I'm teasing him about it. I said, Nick, you're in it for the money. You're not in it for the fun. And then he goes, What are you saying? I said, I'm just joking, Nick.
You know, then you should have Carl write him a check. He writes us one all the time.
Right.
Yeah, well,
His hand's tired from it.
Yep. Wore
Yeah.
out and got cramps in my hand from writing all them big checks.
yeah.
Yeah, all them zeros are so hard to write.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
000. It costs more in postage to send that piece of paper than it does anything
Yep.
else.
Hey,
know,
that's what
Nick,
they
you
do.
get a
You
check
do
for
it
$1,000. You
electronically.
get a check for $10. To him, it's a check,
Mhm.
so he'll love it either way.
Oh, like I said, Nick has got the enthusiasm that I wish
Oh
a
my
lot of
gosh.
people had, but it's also one of those things I'm glad they don't.
Yeah, yeah.
He's funny.
He is such a wonderful, warm human being.
Oh, he
He-
is. Love
yeah.
him to death.
Of course, he doesn't show his temperamental side to everybody, but I've been friends with him enough where I could see his struggles.
Right.
And have you been in touch with Dustin at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Right before
Well-
the end of the year, Dustin decided to make an escape from where he was staying and went back to stay with his brothers. Now, for whatever reason, he couldn't stay content and he made another escape to go back.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
the thing is, we don't know the address of this person he's living with even after all these years. And when he's home, when she's not home, he's not in the place with her. He's walking the streets. And maybe this is getting a little too deep for the show, but
Well, yeah, I just worry about him. That's all.
yeah,
You know, as far as you know, he's
Yeah.
okay though.
he seems fine. I mean, I've talked to him on the phone right before the first of the year. Once he did this thing, he did this the 3 times to me where he come out and wanted to hang out, go see Nick and all those other people. And then all of a sudden I go to work, I come back home, he's gone. He finds his way on a bus and he takes off and he goes to see his friends. So
Mm.
I wish him a lot of luck, and I gave him every opportunity to get back in their graces, and but he's got to
Right.
prove himself probably more than just once more.
Yeah.
So,
But as long as I don't hear any bad news, I guess he's doing okay.
That's always good news.
well,
if
you know,
don't hear
bad news does travel quickly.
Yep, exactly. So he's
do
got to
you-
be okay then.
Do you have any other events that you're planning on going to this year?
Well, we were talking about trying to meet up with you guys in Ashmore. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility or is a private thing. I don't know.
Well, it's a private thing, but that doesn't mean that we can't meet up for dinner somewhere.
Sure,
Right.
that's fine. Yeah, I mean it is a 3.5-hour ride though.
And how far is it for us?
I don't know, like
14,
15 hours.
14,
something like that.
15.
It's
That's not too bad.
I think it's 6.5 for us.
You would think it would be a lot further.
From here?
Yeah,
Well, we're in the western part
the
of Florida.
Panhandle. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I went, I think to go to New Orleans is like 14 hours,
Mhm.
and you're probably about 3 hours from New Orleans, right?
Yes.
Yep.
But if you
Yes,
cut
we are.
straight up
Straight east.
Straight
and you
across
cut
10.
like on an angle and go through like Tennessee and Kentucky and all them, you could probably hit it in that amount of time. Sure.
Yeah, we've got a lot of places we want to go this year and want to make sure that we get to have some fun. Because last year we moved. We didn't. The only fun we had was going to the beach.
Hey, a lot of people love the beach. I'm not a beach person. I mean, I'm a scuba diver, but I'm not a beach person.
Right.
You let me jump off a boat in water, I'm fine.
We're gonna do that
Lay
too.
on a beach? No. I
No, I don't want to lay on the beach.
I would literally start to bake. Not necessarily sunburn bake. I just mean I would overheat.
Oh yeah,
Just laying in the sun.
yeah. I was sunburned Sunday, and I was
Yeah.
still sunburned yesterday. But yeah, I'm not a lay on the beach kind of person. If I'm not walking or in the water, it's useless. You
Yeah.
know, I
No.
don't like the sand that much.
That's why I look so good. I'm never in the sun. I just walk
Does the
around.
sun even come out in Chicago? Does it come around past the buildings?
Yeah. No, I mean, I go outside. Well, during the day, I'm with the kids at the school. So we go outside all the time. I sit in the shade. But now they
So you're
got
not working for Walmart anymore?
no, I haven't
Good
worked
for you.
Walmart since September.
So
Well, I've been watching your show. You should have caught on by now.
Yeah.
I know. I told her
did.
that.
I did catch on, but I didn't know if you were just working different hours at Walmart.
Oh no,
So-
no.
No,
I started collecting my pension check, so I didn't need to work the second job anymore. And my salary went up on my daytime job anyway. So
Good. I'm
Good.
glad to hear it because I knew that
Good.
you were trying to hold off on the pension for a little while.
not
At
hold
one
off
point.
on the pension. I wanted to start collecting the pension so I can hold off working so much. I'll be 66 this year, so
Are you getting your Social Security already?
no, I didn't apply for that. I
Okay.
mean, you can apply for that anytime, just like
Right.
Medicare. As long as you're working, you don't have to apply for it.
Right.
No.
Once you stop working, you got like a window of 3 months or something that you have to
Oh,
apply
yeah.
for.
Didn't know that I had a window.
Yeah. It has a window for your part.
I'll tell you
B,
one thing,
C,
I'd
and D,
make
and all
more
that crap.
retired than I would working right now.
Oh. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because I've worked all my life and I had some good paying jobs. So, it is what it is.
Hmm.
I worked my life. I should have some time to enjoy it, right?
Yes, you should, and you
That's
need
right.
to. And so that's what I would be doing if I could. I just can't. I'm still too young. Never
Oh.
thought I'd have to. That there's something I'm too young for. For everything else, I'm too old. But for retirement, I'm too young.
I started
Right.
thinking it was a curse of the Mansfield, going to Mansfield, because I went down there 2 years ago and I got sideswiped by a truck. And at least the car was drivable. And then we came back from that. And then I had won an overnight at the Wildwood Sanatorium on a contest. And then we drove from there over to Hinsdale House. And Daniel Class was very generous in letting us go there. So we got to have a double investigation going.
A lot of people do hit the one and then the other.
Yeah.
Did you go
yeah.
to the falls, Niagara Falls, while you were there?
No, we didn't go that far north in New York. We stayed down because Hinsdale and the Wildwood, what is it, Saratoga?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's Saratoga. Well, anyway,
Yeah, Saratoga
that's
area.
sort of like just a little bit northeast of Erie, Pennsylvania. So it's not real far into New York.
Right.
No, it's sort of at the bottom part of New York. But I mean, you're in the hills. You're in those mountains up there when you go up there. And
Oh, yeah.
Dan Class's place is like surrounded by little big hills. And I I didn't even want to tackle trying to climb that hill behind Dan Class's Hinsdale house. It was like I got to the top of it. It was like pitch black, and all I had was my cell phone. I don't know why I didn't bring a light up there with me, but I had a flashlight on it if I needed to. But I just kind of looked around when I went up there. I didn't really see anything. And I guess there's that tree that everybody hangs little mementos up there. And then there was a chance of seeing blue lights or stuff in the woods there. Didn't see those.
Yeah, Coyote. It was one of Coyote Chris's favorite places to go.
I do remember that. Yes. Yeah, he went up there a few times before I even got wind of the place.
Mhm.
It's when starting meeting Dan Class on a regular basis that got it kind of in my head to go up there sometime. I never dreamed that I was going to win a raffle for a free night investigation to go up there. And well, I didn't have the free night for the Hinsdale house, but Daniel was generous.
He's
He
a
allowed-
very nice man.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's terrific. Yeah, he didn't make it to the Paracon though. He had a little family issue going on right now.
Yeah,
don't-
we
I
met
don't-
him at the one there in Alton at the Mineral Springs.
Yeah, the Mineral Springs. He was there. Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought, like I said, he was really nice. I'd had him on my show before, and I'd interviewed him, and it was very nice to meet him in person and talk to him.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
it-
He was like I said, he was supposed to be up there in Ohio, and I
Well,
think
you know-
he's scheduled to be in the Michigan Paracon up in Sault Ste. Marie. I think he's scheduled to be up there. Everybody else is going up there. Mike and I think even Rick Wade I saw is going up there this year.
oh, he always goes to that because it's by where he lives.
Yeah.
I think he goes to the Mid Michigan Paracon, but I don't think he's ever gone up to the Michigan Paracon in Sault Ste. Marie unless he went just as a guest. This is the first time I saw him as a promoted guest.
Well, maybe he's been a guest before, just not promoted.
Could be. You know,
So, because I know he's talked about
What's
it
he been
before.
up to?
I see him randomly
Yeah.
online, and when he's doing something, he always sends it to me and says, "Here, can you help promote this?" And you know me, I will. You know,
Yeah.
for
Oh,
the
I've been
people that
trying-
I love.
I've been trying to touch base with Rick. I keep missing opportunities. I mean, something's always going on the weekends. He's got something scheduled. I mean, he's as far as an hour drive or a little over an hour drive, hour and a half drive from me doing an investigation that we
Yeah.
were invited to. And something was going on that weekend and I couldn't make it. You know, between family and trying to get to these events all scheduled in, it's tough. I mean, you only could do so much in 2 days, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's where we are. You know, with my
Yeah.
job and everything, it's like, how do we get to do all the things we want to do? And since
Well,
I'm new at my job, I can't just up and take time off to go. Like when we want to go to the beach, it sucks
Yeah.
to go on Friday or on Saturday and Sunday, but I kind of have to go on Saturday or Sunday because I have a job.
Correct. And then there's that traveling involved too, unless you're flying. That takes up a
That
lot of
takes
time
time,
too.
too.
So you need those
Yeah.
extra days. I mean, well, I'm going to be summer break will be coming up pretty soon, but that won't be until see, I'm doing summer school this year, so it'll probably be right at the end of June. Then I'll be off every day until mid-August. So I'll have a good month and a half off. So that'd be relaxing.
Carl,
course-
maybe this is a good time for you to tell him about the.
Yeah, we got a Paracon down
Par-
in Paragould, Arkansas,
And
What
he
day-
knows, and he
which
knows
is
Santiago.
down by Jonesboro,
Yeah, you know.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
A
what
lot
date
of
is
people
that?
in there.
That is July the 11th and 12th. I'm going to put a
That's
deal
a
up on
possibility
the
then.
screen here.
Definitely. Is that the
because
cemetery one?
no, Nick would really
No.
enjoy this.
Oh yeah, Nick would
Paragon
love it.
and everything
Well,
because
Carl, send me the information for that. What
okay,
happened?
you can find it on
Oh, okay.
scaredcityproductions.com. These are some of the guests that's going to be there.
Okay.
Tony Moran is going to be there from the movie Halloween and different
It's
ones.
very small on my phone, but yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Well,
Brett
Yeah, I
Wagner,
guess probably
Texas
can see it on
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre, is going to be there. Of
Okay.
course, it's put on by Santiago
Oh my
Cirillo.
God, Santiago.
Oh yeah, I'm real good friends with
He's
him.
a buddy.
Rick Prince, that does all the masks that was on
Yeah.
the show Face Off and everything. He did Beast of the Water and different movies. Oscar the Rodriguez the third, that was from The Walking Dead,
Oh,
will be
nice.
there. Kendra Sauter, an author of horror books and paranormal books, will be there. Keith Age will be there.
Oh, my buddy.
And Scott Bainey, of course,
Okay.
Scared City Productions. He owns that. He's been in Cruel Summer 3, Searchers, different movies. Tony Buck's been in the movies. The Blue Bodie
Quite
will
a
be
few.
there. She's a professional shaman out of Oklahoma.
Nice. Bring my drum.
Right. Here we have Nancy Ann Ritter from the movie Scream will be
Oh,
there
okay.
and stuff. But vendors down there and everything, you're going to love all the vendors. I know Two Realm Paranormal will be there. The Ghost Hunting Housewives will be there. Denise and Ron's going to be there and stuff. I'll be down there set up as a vendor with my laser engravings and stuff
Yeah.
down there. I know Haunted Souls is going to be there out of St. Louis
Okay.
down there.
I have
It's a
them on my
2-day
show.
event. You go there, you get a special discount on the hotel down there.
Oh,
And you
really?
save quite a
Okay.
bit of money. The hotel is like 6 minutes away from the fairground.
How far is that from St. Louis?
Marigold,
It's
Paragon.
it's south of St. Louis.
3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5
Oh, okay.
hours.
Yeah.
So roughly it'll probably be 8-hour drive for me.
Yeah, that's about what it is for us up here
Okay.
when
It's
I
about
drive from
2
here
hours.
to
It's about an
Paragon.
hour and a half from Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah, down by Jonesboro. It's just outside of Jonesboro and Paragon.
I know
But,
I won't have any problem talking Nick into it. It's just
Yeah.
if he gets the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get down there, it's not expensive to get into
Yeah.
and everything. I think the let me see here as I pull this up. Let me look at the packages. Oh.
Well, the one good thing is that it's going to be on the time that I'm off. So, I mean, I could
Right.
drive up on a Friday and stay in through Sunday and come back on Monday, you know?
Right.
So yeah, we're
So-
planning on coming. I'm hoping to be a volunteer.
Why don't we
For the
just get a
paranormal
B&B?
Oh, that
Well-
would work.
You know what I don't like about those though is how much they double charge people.
Why?
Because see down here, you tell that you own you own a condo.
Yeah.
You want $100 a night. VRBO and
They won't let
Airbnb
you do it.
knock it up another $100, and then they charge you a cleaning fee on top of that. And then
Mhm.
this,
They'll force you to rent it out for $300 or $400 a night.
Mhm.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
And we
But
know
these-
the owners of a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's a Quality Inn hotel down there in Paragold that
It's
is
a B&B.
reserved for all the people that's going to the convention.
Oh, okay.
We rented it out, every room out last year down there.
That
You know,
sounds
that
like
guy,
a
the owner
party
of it,
ready
could
to
not,
happen.
he could not believe it. He goes, "You guys did do what you said. You rented the entire thing out." And he said, "Yeah, can we do it next year?" And he says, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm remodeling another 45 rooms to be added into it."
Well, I
and
know
stuff.
Nick likes to take that drive to Salina, Kansas.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a horrible drive.
Yeah.
He did that. Well, yeah. I mean, he went down there with Jeremy
Mhm.
to the Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
And supposedly, I guess they're not doing any more investigations at that Masonic temple. So I don't know. Then they went to not Denver, but Colorado, and did another Masonic temple. And supposedly they're no longer doing paranormal. Oh no, well, yeah, it was a Masonic temple, but it was like a convent and whatever. And they stopped doing paranormal investigations. I don't know if it's a safety thing or what, you know. But
And
Hard
he's
to
then
say.
on,
disappointed. Nick was disappointed on both of those.
right on
I
top
want
of
to show you
this,
guys
there'll
our
be
Masonic Lodge.
a 3-night investigation at the Scared City Productions haunted house,
Yeah.
and it's got a lot of stuff that goes on out there. We investigated it last year.
Okay.
They brought in a metal jail from 50 miles up the road that
Oh
was
wow.
built way back in the 1800s that they have all the records for it, and there was at least 25 people killed in that jail.
So you're a little far from that cemetery you like to go to.
Well, yeah, that's right up here by me, up by
Yeah.
Gallatin, or in Hamilton, just south here
Mhm.
a little bit. We'll
Oh,
have to get together this summer sometime, you and Nick.
I got a
and get
month and a
over
half.
The scariest thing is that not too far from Paragould is where we met
Yeah.
41 years ago.
Wow.
Back when I was
That's scary.
17. Keep telling everybody I was 17.
41 years ago.
He wasn't 17.
No, he wasn't.
Well,
Turned
I was in
18
my
like 2 days later.
17 years ago. I was back here living in Chicago, and in the place I'm sitting at right now. I lived
You've
here
been in
for
that
like
apartment that long?
it's not an apartment, it's a condo.
Oh, okay.
And I bought it in 1990 for $38,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it tells you how inflation is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking about a house that we rented 15 years ago for our daughter's wedding. It was for sale back then. I think it was $299.99. Okay.
Wow.
It's now $755,000.
That was in Panama
That's-
City.
It don't take long.
Yeah.
No. And of course, our mortgage company keeps telling us, it would say your house, you paid this much for your house is worth this.
Oh yeah.
This. And I'm like, no, if I paid this much for it, it's not going down. I don't care what anybody says, it's not going down. That's ridiculous what houses have gone for these days.
Well, in Florida, the houses are never going to go down.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? You can find a decent house. Well, not a decent house, but you can find a house here for less than $100,000.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
It's not the best. You're probably going to be kicking something out of it.
Well, when the bottom
know where
fell
that
out of
is.
the housing market, can you remember that? And so when it fell out, the value of my place dropped to $26,000 when it just reached a maximum of like $110,000. So right now, I think it's even worth more. I haven't even bothered checking. I'm getting calls all the time for people wanting me to sell my house as is.
Yeah.
We sold ours as is.
Yeah.
In Kansas City. Yeah, we sold it as is.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was easier. So,
it's so, I got to make a comment about how this is now, because when I listen to your show, it's the exact same format on the exact same phone, but you're like 10 times quieter than what it is when I listen to your show. I can hear your show when I'm in the other room. Well, maybe it's your voice, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking any.
No, she's same
I
normal
tried everything. I
volume.
tried to turn the volume up. I tried everything. So literally, I'm sitting this close to the camera, but I got the mic on here, right here on me.
Right.
So you can hear me really clear.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Because I got an external mic. I mean, I could walk around the house and you could still hear me as loud as I'm sitting here. I
Yeah.
like the sound of this when I'm on the shows and stuff.
It's very clear.
It is. It's very clear.
Yeah, I mean, this was $20. It plugs into the bottom of your phone and it connects to a Bluetooth. And
Hmm.
then whenever you're using your phone for videos or whatever, you can walk around and you don't have to worry about them being able to understand you when you're 10 feet away from the phone. You should
Yeah, that
check
works
on
out
those.
perfect.
That's great when you're on an investigation and stuff.
I bet I need to start thinking about that because we're going to be doing some investigations. We've got one coming up here at the uh, Fort Blakely.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah,
think
there
I
was
heard you
a
talking about that.
yeah, it got canceled last weekend,
Oh,
and it's going to be next weekend. So so it works out for us, you know. And then
That's 2 nights, but we'll
yeah,
probably just do one.
yeah, we'll probably just do one. But
it's not too good for people that travel long distance to go to it, and then they have to reschedule everything.
for us, it's only
Nah,
it's an hour away.
Yeah.
yeah, and everyone that was going is in this area anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so it wasn't a big deal, but they knew that the weather was going to be bad.
Oh.
We had heavy winds. I mean, there were trees down, all that good stuff. So it
Yeah,
worked out.
I was just distracted by the winds blowing the trees back and forth out there just a second ago, and I go, "Whoa, what is that?" And it's not even the sun's out. I mean, it's not even storming.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad to
You're
hear
probably
you're not
getting
getting.
some of the stuff that went through Iowa.
Well, it's like branching off. It comes into Illinois, and then it goes up into Wisconsin, and it goes down to central Illinois.
Mhm.
But right now, we're not on a path for anything, but we got the warnings or the watches up for everything. So,
Oh yeah.
Hello, Paranormal Path. Hey, Susan. We saw you there. I just haven't had a chance to say hi.
paranormal cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paranormal path.
So what? So you got that? You know, we told you about that, and are you planning anything for the fall yet, or is it just all when you got time?
Well, there was talk of going to Ashmore, but we were trying to wait to see about that. The Bell Mansion, we can probably go there just about any time, and actually we're invited next weekend. So
Oh, that sounds like fun.
yeah, it's with the Ray Chasers, of course, and I don't think they're going to forget us in a week.
You never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well,
people forget shit that they didn't even. Oh, crap. What was your name again? But
oh yeah,
what
but
is the history of the Bell Mansion?
the Bell Mansion was a mansion owned by the Bell family. And then they sold the business, or, well, let me rephrase that. They opened the business of a funeral home downstairs. Then they expanded the Bell Mansion for a viewing and like a viewing room, coffin room, or whatever you want to call it. Then, well, of course, they passed. So now the place has been turned over a couple times, and now it's owned by a nice couple right now. So they open it up for investigations, and it's like a 3-tier place, first, second, and third floor, and they're it's pretty active. I mean, I heard you talking earlier about the different languages the spirits are speaking. We had one there that spoke German. That was in the embalming room, and there was a lady who was a maid to the Bell family, and she had a room on the third floor. I believe it's on the third floor, and her name was Maria, and she only spoke Spanish.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
and I had my translator out from on my phone, and I was talking to Maria, and I was getting a response back in Spanish. So that
Did
was
she
it.
say? Did
It was
she
in.
say you were no bueno or muy bueno?
No, um, it was a positive, affirming message that she liked me,
Muy
and
bueno.
then I was laying on her bed, so she must have gave me permission to lay on her bed. She didn't give me any hassles. No one got scratched or bit or whatever. I talked to her through the translator, and I guess she liked that. That was
So
the
you
only
would,
real experience I got in the Bell Mansion, other than when they did the public investigation that Nick and I were helping with. They were kind of doing their own thing, so I just kept walking around and walking around trying to find an area that anybody wanted questions, but they totally ignored everybody. And so I sat in a room, and when I was sitting in the room, there was a shadow that I saw, and it went from like by the window, the side there was a dresser, and went alongside the window, and it was coming up around the side to the fireplace where I was sitting in a little couch right next to the fireplace. And just as I was following the shadow going across the wall, some of the guests, the paid guests, that come in to do the investigation, they came in carrying equipment and just dumped it right in the room, right in front of me. I wasn't too happy.
I bet.
And and
Wow.
you think I'm going to be on an investigation sitting alone on a couch in a room just to relax? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
took it.
I could.
I took it that the people weren't familiar with investigating to begin with, so I wasn't that concerned. I mean, I was actually experiencing something, and if they wanted to find out, they could have just asked me, "Is it okay if we come in this room?" No, they didn't ask. They just came in and they plopped right where the shadow was. They plopped a bag right on top of where I was looking at the shadow moving along the windows to the side to the fireplace. I said, "Oh well." So I just got up and walked out.
Did you ever go back in that room and experience
Oh
that
yeah,
again?
no, we've been there a couple times, and each time was a little different. Um, Bell's room, um, Mr. Bell's room, he was very active, and it was ironic because the people that were on this other tour with us, um, they were videotaping with a 360 camera. So who do we run into at the Paracon? The same people. And what were they showing? They were showing the the same investigations that we were
Yep.
doing together. And they
Yeah.
had it up on this big
Were you in
screen.
there?
Huh?
Were you in their video?
No, I wasn't in the video, but I was in the room when they were filming it. And
We
here
had
they're
that
showing,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was ironic. I mean, we took a liking to each other. We contacted information from each other and stuff like that. We were talking about getting together for another investigation. Had no idea they were going to have a booth over at that Paracon. And right
You
away
were at,
they recognized me right away.
like I said, why wouldn't they recognize you right away?
I know.
But we were at the Pythian Castle.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
one of our first times there as
their second
investigating.
time there is.
And there was this group there. They were all decked out, a husband and wife. They were taking video and stuff. And it was us. It was when we met Dara and Caitlin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we
it was a
ended up
big
being in
event.
their videos.
Yeah, it was a big event. They had us all split up in I don't know, 15 in a group. There's probably 3 or 4 groups. So there was a lot of people, and they had us different areas. And their guy had a big camera, had the thing over his shoulder, a big camera rig. They never said a word to hardly anybody. He just walked around with a camera, and I mean, every now and then I kind of noticed him, but I didn't think anything of it. And then, like a year later or 6 months, he sends us a link. Somebody sends us a link and says, "Here, watch this." They damn near followed us everywhere we were at.
Yeah.
It looked like I was shooting had someone shoot a documentary on the stuff we were getting at the Pythian.
Hey, Ruby and Sissy. Hello. We missed
Oh.
you.
Hey, guys.
We'll see you soon.
hey, Ruby.
They logged in
Grover.
on my YouTube.
Oh no. Well,
So-
Keith H had a documentary he's filming, and he was at the Bell Mansion. We were invited to go to the filming, and so Nick and I were kind of like walking around, touring around, doing a little investigating and everything. And it was almost time for the place to close up for the night, and we still didn't get interviewed. So then finally we walk downstairs. There you guys are. And so he says, hurry up, get in this room. So we're interviewed to be in one of Keith Age's documentaries. So don't know when.
I can't wait to meet him.
Oh my
He
God.
seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah, he has a favorite saying to me that I can't repeat over there.
Oh, okay.
That every time I talk to him, I make some comment, funny comment, a friend comment.
Yeah.
And he comes around with a 2-letter word, F and U.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he supposed to be at that event in Paragould, Carl?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
There you
He
go.
was supposed to be there last year, but he came down sick and couldn't make it.
Oh, you
So-
get him and Santiago together, forget it.
Oh,
That's
I know.
That's a party and a half right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on at this convention. Last year was the first year for it. We had 100 vendors and sold out, did real good on it down there. This year, it's enlarged more that we get the second building over there where they're going to have the big
nice.
wrestling event where EC3 will be there and a bunch of the other wrestlers. We got a lady impersonator of Michael Jackson that's going to
really?
be there talking, and she's going to put on a free concert
Nice.
Friday night there at the convention
Oh, wow.
and stuff. So,
And there's a house to investigate.
Okay.
yeah, a 3-day investigation at the
investigate.
Scared City Productions House over in
3
Jonesboro.
days?
3 different nights of investigation.
You could go one night or any of the
All
other 2
3.
nights. You don't have
Right.
to do 3 nights in a row, right?
No.
No,
Okay.
you don't have to. No.
Okay.
But one night over there and everything. Last year, 2 Realm Paranormal was in charge of it. Me and Gary went over there. They got out of there real quick and stuff, and me and Gary took over with the rest of the
Okay.
group and stayed there until 1:30 in the morning.
I know. Usually I get through about half of the paranormal investigation from 8 o'clock. It goes from 8 o'clock to 2 in the morning. I get right around 11 to midnight, and I'm ready to go to bed.
Right.
Oh, really?
I don't blame you. I get tired a lot easier than I used to. So
I come home from work and I take a 2-hour nap almost every day. I'm getting to that point where I'm trying to get into my retirement years. So I like to learn about taking these naps in the afternoons. It's refreshing.
Oh
Right.
yeah, and then it feels like you had 2 days instead of 1.
Yeah, exactly. You wake up
I don't have
again.
time for a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a slave driver.
But then you could stay up a little later too than you would normally go to bed because you already had a 2 hours sleep. So then you go and continue on to get 6 more hours sleep. You have 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, they're going to be showing one of Santiago's movies down there that hasn't been
Oh, yeah.
released yet. So we'll be the first ones to see it.
What's the name of Rosalie or something?
Well, Rosalie, you can find that on
Yeah.
the internet. You can find Beast of the Water
Mhm.
on one of the shows
Right.
there.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
talking about finishing up on and just about to release one when he was at SoCon. So,
Right.
and
Well,
then
they're
we heard
doing.
from Becky
I
there's
think.
not
I
going to
think
be
it's
another
Cruel.
SoCon again. I guess
I
there's
think
another
they're
issue going
releasing
on. So
Cruel
I don't
Summer
know.
3
I don't know what we're going to do in the fall this year.
and stuff. We got that going on. He'll be showing some excerpts, getting ready, and talking to people about being in his production of Smoke TV at Ohio's Old Paulding Jail
Oh,
down
nice.
there, where they're going to be doing their first season show down there on it. So there's going to be a lot of different stuff going on.
Sounds
a lot
like
of
there's a lot
different,
going on. Plus an investigation on top of it.
yeah,
My God.
cosplay and everything.
Oh,
Um,
really?
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Check into the VIP package that they have
Okay.
available
I'll see
there.
what it is.
That gets you into a lot of the events there free and
Yeah.
stuff. If you're there just for the paranormal event for 2 days, it's like $45
Well, the
for 2 days.
VIP pass for the Mansfield one, which includes the investigation, the night investigation, all that stuff, that was way out of my price range.
I understand. Well, Tom, where can everybody find you?
where they can find me. Facebook, basically Facebook. Part of the Things Network, obviously. The chapter with Nick on the Things of Illinois. And we have a website. Or do we have a website? No, we're working on a website. We have
Okay.
a Facebook page, Things of Illinois, that is slowly getting itself together. We haven't really fully incorporated. We're starting to post more and more on that. Also, Illinois Paranormal Association, NIPA, NIPA, is kind of the team that I started. Haven't really done too much with that other than what we do with the Things Network, and then we take credit for the Things Network. We don't take care of what my
Right.
and of course
I
I have,
understand.
and I also have 1, 2, 3, 4 Paracons that I can activate and start up again. And Spook Show is one of them.
Right.
And then
And
Illinois.
I know we're still getting messages on there.
Oh yeah, nice.
Just every once in a while, one will come up.
Yeah. The Red Roof Inn is no longer doing those.
Yeah.
So DeKalb is out of the picture, which it's not totally sad because it's a little bit out of the way. If I can find something in the Chicago area, yeah. Fine. And then Ursula Bielski, the authoress from, you know who she is, right?
Mhm.
She runs used to run the Haunted Tours of Chicago, and she's the authoress of the Ghosts of Chicago. Well, anyway, she is thinking about starting a Paracon probably later in the fall as well.
Oh,
Probably.
that's good.
Huh?
I said, that's good. I like Ursula. I think she's a really nice lady.
Yeah.
We had fun when she spoke at Spook Show.
Yeah, and she's actively starting to get back into the paranormal field. It's not like she dropped; it just Facebook dropped her basically. So she just kind of gave up when they gave up on her. So now she's slowly getting back into things, and she's booking herself at a few Paracons. One's called the Spirits in the Spring, and that's going to be up in Wisconsin. I don't think we're attending that one. So she's going to get another Chicago one started. And Nick's dad has always been her advisor on how to do this because her one friend Jan was her advisor before with the Paracons, and she had passed. I don't know if you remember that, but Nick's dad's always been in the background, and Nick and I have always been a helper hand on everything. So she knows she got a lot of support, and when she's ready, we're doing it.
Okay, well, good.
Good deal.
And I'm just so glad you got to come on and talk to us tonight. And we got you up from your nap, and now you're all dressed and ready to go out again.
Well, partially dressed. I'm doing one of those office things where I put a shirt on, I got nothing down below. So.
Oh, okay.
We just talked about that earlier.
I got my boxers on, but
that's funny. That's what we were talking about while you were getting dressed.
Yeah, well, I'm an old natural from the bottom down. I turned off the air conditioner because I was having a hard time hearing you guys. Turned off the other TV. I got you monitoring over on my big TV. Looks good up there. Down here, I gotta go. Oh, look at that!
Can you see my gray hair on there?
Just the roots.
That's all that it is, anyway. But,
yeah. But wait, hold on a second. Hold on. One second.
Oh.
No.
Oh, there you are. Okay. No, you look good.
Well, I'd like to thank you so much for coming on. And
I feel I invaded Robert Hanna's territory here, but I'll root him on, and next time, Robert, you're on, I won't bother you. I'll come in.
We will figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get him back on. And you can learn more about him, and then maybe you guys can get together and do some Bigfoot hunting or something.
Okay. All right. It's good talking to you guys.
It was good talking
to you, Tom.
If you ever need a substitute again, give me a holler.
We can do that.
We will. You're great.
Thank you. All right. Take care.
Okay.
See ya.
Talk to you
Good
later.
night.
So,
So I'd like to invite everybody to come back to the on
Oh.
Mondays and listen to the Paranormal Pride at 7 p.m. Central. Not this upcoming Monday because of the holiday. And my guests on Monday, June 3rd, are John, Terry, and Bobby. They are part of a paranormal group out of Cedar something, Missouri. They're near St. Louis.
oh,
And we've had them on before, or I've had them on before. I don't think they were on your show. I think they were on
No.
mine.
Yeah.
And we're going to have them on, and they're going to talk to us about probably McPike Mansion, Missouri State Pen, maybe even the Ironton Hospital down there in Missouri. Remember when that used to be a hotbed of St. Mary's Hospital, that was what I think it was called. And they live in the same town as the Civil War hotel that had a serial killer in it.
oh.
So I forgot the name
Yeah,
of it.
they were volunteers like we were at McPike for quite a few years.
Before we
Right.
started, they were
Yeah.
they were there. So we know a lot of the same people. But yeah, it'd be fun to have them on. And we won't be here next Tuesday, but Carl might be.
I might be on here doing what I used to do with some with the Echo Box, dowsing rods, and different equipment. We'll try that out again and stuff. We always had some good times with that. But I want to thank everybody here for joining the Billerites Network, watching the show and everything. Also, check out Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment's Facebook page where we're live at. Things Network Facebook page where we're live at. I'm part on Things of Missouri now chapter. And also on Japan Paranormal, where I share it over there because it's a group page. You have to share it over there to it now. Thanks to Facebook's great group page shutting down crap and everything. But we want to thank everybody for joining us here on Tuesday nights. So everybody have a good, safe week. Have a safe Memorial weekend. Everybody be safe. And we'll see you next time here on Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. Have a good evening.
Good night.